Welcome to my review of M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Trap. Yeah, it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan, or what Romy2184 likes to call him.
M. Night Shyamalan, ding dong dickhead bitches.
So, Trap tells the story of a concert that's going on, and a man and his daughter end up attending this concert, but the movie reveals that the dad is a serial killer, and this concert was basically one big setup to catch this guy. So he spends the remainder of the movie trying to find ways to escape this concert. Okay, so it's a new M. Night Shyamalan movie. M. Night Shyamalan made a promising comeback with stuff like Split, but ever since Knock at the Cabin, he's been back to his typical M. Night Shyamalan bad stuff. Wait, no, not since Knock at the Cabin. Old. Old was worse than Knock at the Cabin, so. Okay, so now, what did I think of this movie? Oh boy. This is his worst film since After Earth. I am serious. This movie was garbage. It was awful. This is one of the worst films I've seen this year. The chance of it being on my worst of the year list at the end of the year is kind of 50-50, but this movie was awful. It really was. But before I get into why I think it was awful, I do have a couple of positives. For one, Josh Hartnett. He was the best part of the movie. He gave a wonderful performance. He managed to make his character likable, and you kind of root for him, and the movie does a good job at making you root for him, because that was the whole point of this movie. This movie is trying to make you root for him. And to the movie's credit, it succeeds. Also, the setup was great. It's the only part of the movie where I was hooked, and I was interested in what was going to happen for the rest of the movie. And plus, the concept is really good. It has a damn good concept. Just the fact that the movie is taking place at a concert that's actually a setup to catch a serial killer, it's a great idea for a thriller. It's just too bad this movie's execution was terrible. Let's talk about the rest of the performances outside of Josh Hartnett. Pretty bad. Typical Shyamalan stuff. And the dialogue in this movie. It has that typical bad M. Night Shyamalan movie dialogue where none of the dialogue felt natural. There's not an ounce of the dialogue in this movie that actually sounds believable or sounds like what an actual person would say. But that being said, that's typical for a lot of M. Night Shyamalan movies. But this movie kicks it up a notch, because there's comedy in this movie. There's a lot of humor. And all of it falls completely flat. There's not one funny line in this movie. And also, this movie gets very cartoony to the point where you really have to suspend your disbelief. I get that just having a concert just as a setup to catch a serial killer sounds very far-fetched. It's a very far-fetched plot, but a good idea for a thriller. This movie decides to jump the shark. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you want to see this movie, but yeah, this movie jumps the shark, and god damn it, you gotta leave your brain at the window for a lot of this movie. What the hell? How did I explain that? Check your brain out at the door. There. Much better way of saying it. Now let's talk about the final act. Or at least more like the second half of the movie, kind of. Where the movie starts where the movie gives the singer at this concert a much bigger role. And it did not need to do that. This movie should have just solely focused on the serial killer trying to escape. They give the singer at this concert a much bigger role, and that's where this movie really took a nosedive. Before at any other point, more than any other point in the movie. And also, guess who plays that singer? M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, who is an actual singer. So that's one kind of cool aspect of the movie. The problem is her acting. Oh boy. She gives the worst performance in the movie. And then the fact that they give her a much bigger role in the second half and mainly the final act, it's very, very bad. Just from her performance. She is not an actress. A decent singer, but not a good actress. She should just stick to her singing career. I get you wanted to showcase your daughter, M. Night Shyamalan, try to broaden out her career a bit, but it just does not work out in this movie. So yeah, from the terrible writing, the terrible fucking acting for the most part, except for Josh Hartnett. And also, the movie is boring as hell, too. After that good setup, the movie starts getting boring. And you would think for a movie like this cartoonishly ridiculous that the movie would at least be some dumb fun. But no, it's also very boring. This movie is an hour and 45 minutes. Which is, not a long movie, but it felt too long. This movie could have trimmed 20 minutes. You could have had a solid 80 to 85 minute movie here. And it would have been perfect. At least for some dumb fun. Not saying that would have improved the writing at all. But I think it would have, improved the pace of the movie. And at least would have made it some dumb fun. If you cut out all the right stuff, mind you, but yeah. So in the end, Trap, not a good movie. It's one of the worst films of the year. I really did not like this film at all. This is one of Shyamalan's worst. It's not that thrilling. It's not funny. It's not exciting. It's horribly acted except for Josh Hartnett, who's easily the best part of the movie. It's just not a good film. It's not a particularly good film at all. See literally anything. Go see Deadpool 3 again. Go see Twisters, if that's still playing in a theater near you. Literally see anything else. I am going to give Trap a D-.